To catch the eye of Danny Williams, Michael Sprott, Audley Harrison, and the rest of Britain's top heavyweights. You're scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an international heavyweight contest scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds between and introducing. Firstly, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks trimmed with white. He comes from Italy by way of Zambia and weighed in at 15 stone, 12 pounds. Brings to the ring a 28-fight professional record, 20 wins, 14 wins coming by way of knockout with 8 losses. Please welcome once again to England, Joseph Chingangu. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, across the ring in the red corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with red. Coming from Norwich, weighing in at 15 stone, 10.5 pounds with a 36-fight professional record, 33 wins, 32 by way of knockout with 3 losses. He's the former WBO heavyweight champion of the world, presenting Herbie Hyde. Timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Greg Pugh. The referee in charge of the action, Mr. Ian John Lewis.
You can knock him out again. But after the bell.
Hey! Stop it. I'm the referee. I obey my commands at all times. You both know the rules. Watch them heads. Kick the punches up. When I shout break, you break clean. And remember, defend yourself at all times. Shake hands.
10 3-minute rounds.
Well, already in John Lewis, the referee, has had to exercise his authority. A fair old bit of chat coming from the Herbie Hyde entourage, and in particular from, well, surprise, surprise, one Steve Crocodile Fitch, the man who's done for Herbie Hyde what Bundini Brown, they say, once did for Mike Tyson.
Seconds out.
This 10 3-minute rounds, and Herbie Hyde 20 months ago in Newcastle, when Audley Harrison was having just his second professional contest, got well and truly dismantled by the big fella Joseph Chingangu from Zambia, now 36 years old, and Hyde was knocked out in 2 rounds and left his chin open. He hasn't done it there. That looked like a bit of a slip initially. And then John Lewis is furious, Duke, with Herbie Hyde because he went on punching after the referee had told him to step back when his opponent was down.
Chingangu went down and Herbie's so fired up. You know, he obviously can sense victory. Herbie Hyde just wants to keep punching, and Chingangu's actually on the deck.
Well, Hyde lost twice in world title fights to Riddick Bowe and then again to Vitaly Klitschko, but he wasn't expected to lose to Joseph Chingangu, having made his return to the ring. And Chingangu looks as if he's got a bit of a cut in and around his right eye. Hard to tell just from this particular angle. Hyde actually just about 1.5 pounds lighter than this massive man. Hyde lands with a very good right hand, but it's not a great stylish performance so far from Hyde. I think he's just keen to get his man out of it, and again Ian John Lewis is speaking with him.
It's not a good start from either of the fighters. You know, they're both fired up, obviously, and they're just throwing caution to the wind a little bit. But you know, Herbie needs to box a little bit cute, because I tell you what, this kid can punch. I was actually at the fight when he got knocked out by Chingangu the first time round, so if he's not too careful, the same thing will happen again.
Well, Hyde has got to keep that left hand of his up, because he was in danger of getting caught with the big right that produced a calamitous evening for him in Newcastle some 20 months ago. Hyde at just 31 years old has certainly got plenty of time on his side. Chingangu now 36, and after the defeat of Hyde, he's lost all 3, and all inside the distance, and one of them to Hyde's fellow Briton, Pelly Reid. So it's settled down a little bit after an initial flurry. A little bit of a graze underneath the right eye of Chingangu.
The referee will have his work cut out for him tonight. He'll have to get to grips.
Well, Chingangu's backside gets to grips with the canvas. Herbie Hyde threw a very leisurely left hand, but followed it up with a very sweet right. And Joseph Chingangu on the seat of his pants. There's 40 seconds to go. Hyde, well, I'm sure would dearly love to end it in the first, and he may well do it. Left hand and a right to follow as his man was going down. I'm not sure that Chingangu is going to get up from this. It's over. 27 seconds to the end of the first. And Herbie Hyde has come in and has said, well, his commiserations to Chingangu, and Hyde had to get that over with pretty quickly. Crocodile Fitch lifts him aloft. I've seen Hyde more impressive, but I guess this was a case Duke of Revenge is very sweet.
Absolutely, the finish was quite good. The shot he actually nailed Chingangu with was quite a good shot. Thought the entourage are happy at least.
Well, I'm sure Herbie is happy. He's has always had a bit of a problem keeping the lid on things. There's a nice smile from him. He says well done to his pals. He's been trained, of course, in the States by two outstanding former world champions in Mike McCallum and Eddie Mustafa Mohammed. There was that left hand, and there was the little right, and Chingangu had nowhere to go but down. Hyde took his time going to the corner, but it was a pretty spectacular finish. Chingangu, well, Hyde really putting everything into it, and there was the left hand pushed him down. Chingangu nowhere to go except out, and Hyde, I think, will be pretty pleased that he has expunged the memory of that awful night in Newcastle from his record. And for Herbie, it could be onward and upward, and I'm sure that's exactly what he'll be wanting to do now that he's got rid of Chingangu.
2 minutes 33 seconds of round one. Joseph Chingangu fails to beat the referee's count of 10. The winner by count out, Herbie Hyde. And your appreciations, please, Joseph Chingangu.
Well, that's one apiece, and I don't think Herbie Hyde will want to bother giving Joseph Chingangu a third and rubber contest, since he's got rid of his man so pretty spectacularly. And Herbie still has got plenty left to vault through the ropes and makes his way to ringside, surrounded by the almost inevitable entourage. So Herbie Hyde wins for the 33rd time inside the distance, and this is 34th victory, and he's at ringside now talking with our man Mike Costello.
Herbie, short and sweet, what did you make of it?
See, one thing I have to tell everybody. The last time I fought him, the ref said break. He hit me after the break. You tell these commentators, all these lawyers are talking. He hit me after the break. What was that meant to do? When, all right, I'm a professional. I'm meant to defend myself all the time. But no one forget he hit me after the break. But now I'm back. It's a message to all of them. Audrey and Danny Williams, all of them, I message to them, listen, I'm back, and I'm going to get what's mine back.
But even so, you looked a bit apprehensive beforehand, as if you were maybe just a bit fearful of his power from last time.
Please, one round KO, what do you mean fearful of you?
I'm talking about beforehand.
Excuse me. How many people do you see get knocked out like this, then come back and knock him in one round? It tells you I'm a class ahead of him. And it tells you I'm a class ahead. Danny Williams got knocked out in his last, he got knocked out a fight before. His last fight, he shit himself, excuse my language. His last fight, he was terrified, he didn't want to get hit. I got knocked out. What did I do? Come back and smash him. One round job. I just say hi to my mum and my wife, my kids.
Do you feel like you've got rid of a ghost tonight, though?
Not because I'm not living in America. I bought a house in America. He made me do all this because I thought if he can beat me, all I have to do now. I know boxing. One thing you have to understand about boxing, heavyweight boxing, one punch can change everything. One punch changed it for him. God blessed him last time around. Nobody can get that lucky. No one. God blessed him last time around. And you hear people talking, the commentators, they don't even know, like that guy works for BBC. He was running. He never mentioned that he hit me after the break. He hit me up. He made fire. Hit me after the break. Anyhow, I won.
That's all in the past. What about the future now? Where do we go next?
Listen, I want to give all the British fighters a payday. Meaning Danny Williams.
You want to give yourself a payday too?
I've already got a payday. I fought Walter. How many different have I got? You're the boxing man. I've had loads of difference. I've made loads of money, but I want to I want to get them to make money because they haven't made no money.
So you're saying your motivation is no longer money?
How can it be money? I got money. You have to understand. You can only live in one house. I got 5 houses. You can only live. Gonna drive one car. I got 6 cars. So.
Okay, then to finish, give us one name. Who do you want next time out?
Next time out, it's now Holden's a pussycat. Danny Williams is pussycat. Audley Harrison. Yeah, I think he's too. Audley said last time that he will fight me in his time. What is the grandfather waiting for? I fought for Walter, a British title at 21 years old, won it. Fought for Walter at 22 years old, won it. Came back, fought Riddick Bowe at 23 years old, lost. Came back, beat Tony Tucker. That was under 25 years old. Audley's 33, 34. And he's, what hell is he waiting for? Let's get it on. What is he waiting for? He won the gold. Listen, the one Lennox Lewis was Olympic champion at what age? 23. In the 6-7 fight, he fought Gary Mason. Audley needs to fight somebody like me. Lewis fought Gary Mason. He's here talking nonsense. He couldn't break an egg with baseball, but he's a southpaw, cannot punch, he's boring. And that's why we're back on, this TV's back on 12 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock, because people are bored of him.
Let's hope we can get it on sometime. Well done.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.